lawsuit has been filed over a salmonella outbreak linked to the restaurant Aladdin's in Clairemont. As we've been reporting, the county says there have been 24 confirmed cases and 7 hospitalizations. Joining us now is the lawyer who filed a lawsuit, Ron Simon. Thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Ron, how do you prove the restaurant made your client sick?
So if you go to the ER or the doctor and you're showing nausea, vomiting, fever, diarrhea, the standard of care is to give you a stool culture. So they take a culture, they test it, and see what pathogens were in the culture. And in this case, 19 people in the San Diego area had identical matching DNA stool samples. And all 19 of those ate at Aladdin Mediterranean Cafe.
What is the responsibility of a restaurant to avoid salmonella if they receive bad food or they mishandle it? How does that work?
Sure. So it's important to understand that salmonella is only found in the feces of humans and animals. And so if in order for someone to get sick eating food, they have to have feces in the food. So there's only 2 ways you can prevent it. Either you stop it from getting in the food in the first place, or you make sure that the food is cooked to a high enough temperature, 165 degrees, such that it kills the salmonella.
What is this lawsuit asking for?
So this lawsuit will accomplish 3 things. First of all, it'll give the victims a voice, a chance to be heard here in the San Diego community. Second, it'll give them an opportunity for us to get the maximum value of their cases, to get fully compensated for their pain and suffering, for their medical bills, for their lost wages. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, it gives us a chance to do a deep dig into how this happened so that we can make sure that it doesn't happen again.
For several decades now, you've worked as an attorney in this field. Food safety, very important in this case. Is there something that people can do to help avoid getting bad food?
Well, you got to understand that when you go to a restaurant, you're placing a tremendous amount of trust in that the restaurant has done everything it can to make sure that the food you're eating is safe for consumption. We as a customer have no way of knowing what's going on in the kitchen, whether or not they properly cook their food, whether they've sourced their food from the proper people, and whether they've taken care to take steps to make sure it's safe before it gets on the plate. So the best way we as citizens can stop these kinds of things from happening is to speak up and to get into figuring out how it happened so we can, again, prevent it from happening again.
And we will be following this case in the weeks and the months ahead. We appreciate your time today. Thank you, Ron Simon, for joining us.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.